Hey YouTube people, Cameron here with C Butters Tech. Today we're going to be looking at how to upgrade the SSD in a Surface Laptop Studio. This device is not the easiest thing to upgrade an SSD, and in fact many tech-savvy people have actually broken their laptop studio.
Sorry Microsoft, I'm sorry viewers, I'm sorry Alex, I'm sorry Brandon that you have to witness this.
I'm not sorry Microsoft, it's their fault. Oh.
Doing this. Now we have better instructions on how to do it now, and if you do it right, it's actually fairly easy. But first, a word from our sponsor. Softwarekeep. As tech enthusiasts, we're always needing licenses to power the software on our computers, but that doesn't mean we have to pay full price. Whether it's Windows 10, 11, Office, or antivirus, Softwarekeep has you covered with software keys to keep you in the game and for way less money. In fact, you can expect to save 25% or more over Microsoft retail pricing. I use Softwarekeep to get up and running on the latest version of Office Standalone, and the experience, price, and 24/7 customer service and the lifetime guarantee can make you feel good about your purchase. Don't waste money paying full price or paying for illegitimate keys. They aren't going to last. Softwarekeep is the best and most affordable way to get legitimate licenses for the software products you need the most. And the deal just gets sweeter. Use my exclusive discount code to get an extra 20% off your next product key. See the link in the description below and rest easy knowing that you're getting legitimate products at the best possible price. And with that, thanks to Softwarekeep for sponsoring this video, and on to the content. All right, so let's talk about what we need to get this done. Obviously, we've got our Surface Laptop Studio, and you want to have something softer to put it on so you're not scratching up the device on the back side. What you're going to want is one of these. This is just great all around if you do any type of basic computer repair. They're available at Best Buy if you're in the US, and they just come with like basically everything you need. Now for us today, we're going to be using a spudger, so you may have that individually, and we're going to be using some of the Torx heads. Other than that, that's pretty much it from this kit. So I'll set that aside for a second, and we can start working on the device. Now, there are a few different screws that are hidden that we need to work with. So what I would do first is I would turn this. If you look carefully, you can see these lines. And these are the lines you want to have at the top. I find that's the best because I'm going to tell you there are screws underneath each of these feet. And then there's single screws on each side right in the center of this back cover, which means you have to peel back the sticker on the Surface Laptop Studio. Now I've done this is probably I think my third or fourth time doing this, and I've been successful every time. So if you take it slow, think about what you're doing, it's not too bad. So here's how I do it. So the first thing is you want to start lifting up the feet on the back. And as you do this, you want to make sure you're getting all the way underneath the sticker, because there is a sticker backing. And you don't want to just pull the rubber off the sticker, you want to pull the sticker itself up. So use your spudger. You can also use one of these picks. Sometimes that helps loosen it up. There we go. You can get in there, and then it starts to come up. So again, you want to make sure you're getting the sticker itself. So you can see that I've already missed a little bit. See, you want this sticker to stay on the foot. Just like that. Okay, so that's the important thing, is you want to peel that up. So once you've done that, you can pull this feet up. Be gentle to some extent, but there we go. You can see there's little holes that are going to help you line it up again. And if your tape is super dry, this tape actually looks fairly dry, you can use new tape on this to get it to stay down later on. But what we've done is we've exposed 3 screws right there. So we're now going to work on the lower foot, which is the exact same situation except it has 4 screws. I'm not gonna lie, this is a second-hand one, and these are on a little tighter than the newer ones I've worked on. So that edge seems a little bit tight. I'm gonna see if I can maybe start from this side. There we go. That's a little easier. And those come up really easy once they start. Okay, so you can see we've exposed 4 screws here. Now, this is a little bit difficult as well. So I'm going to show you this. You want to start lifting. This is actually a sticker. And at this point back here, I'm actually going to use these tweezers here, and you can see if you just get right underneath it, it starts to lift. Hopefully that's showing up well. And once you get it started, again, super easy. And you want to be careful, you don't want to touch the backing very much, so hold it by the sides, and you only have to pull it until you expose the screw, which now we've done. It's right there. Okay, and while I have this pulled back, I'm going to go ahead and take that screw out. Make sure I get the right star Torx head. That's not it. Let's see, is this it? Yeah, that's it. Okay, so it's a Torx T3 bit. Okay, and then that comes out. I would just set your screws down in a map exactly like you've pulled them out. So I'll start that up here and let this float. Just let this float. It's totally fine. Let's start taking out all of the rest of the Torx bits. As you do this, you want to make sure that the bit is fully seated. You want to be putting, so you want to put it in gently, twist it a little bit, make sure it's catching, and then you want to push down with pressure and then turn gently, making sure you're not stripping that screw, that you're level, that it's coming out. There's actually technique to using a screwdriver to not strip screws. Well, they can help you avoid stripping screws. So that's my suggestion. So yeah, we'll get all of these out. Again, I'm setting the screws down very deliberately so I can put them exactly where they came out. This actually does not matter because all the screws are the same length on this device. However, if you're just ADHD like me and like putting things back where they came, it's good practice, you know, because someday you will be working on a device that does go back with very specific set screws. So that's just gonna help you in the future. Okay, so we've got one screw left. It's underneath the sticker on this side, so I'm gonna peel this side up as well. Again, be very gentle with this. If it's not coming, just the biggest thing you don't want to do is tear the surface or bend it. You want this to look nice when you lay it back down, and it will. There we go. So we got that screw. Sorry, this is kind of hard to do with the camera in the way, but we definitely got it. Okay. That last screw is out. Set it on our map. Okay, at this point, there is still some tape stuck right here that's going to keep you from separating the piece. But you can see it's starting to flex at the bottom here. You could take the sticker off completely, but I find leaving it on is useful because, you know, the less you play with this thing, the better. So be very careful, but right here you can kind of loosen the tape. There is the touchpad behind here, so just be very careful. But what you want to do is just get that pick to separate just the plastic tape. And then you can lift it gently. Don't try not to stretch it too much. So the other thing you don't want to do is you don't want to suddenly lift this off because there are still ribbon cables attached. So you're just going to gently lift it up, and you can see that this ribbon cable is still here, and you don't want to mess with that. So we're going to set that right here. Careful with your sticker pieces. Okay, now we've got the device open. So Microsoft in their own literature has said that normally in a laptop you would disconnect the battery at this point, which you would do right here, but we're not going to do that because Microsoft in their own literature has said that that is not necessary because they have set up this SSD that once the screws are removed, it should cut power automatically. So there's that screw here and that screw here. And again, this is a T3 Torx. And with that, we've removed the stock 256. Okay, so with everything removed, you can then insert your new SSD. Make sure you hear it kind of pop into place. And then at this point, you can get that down and into place. It's probably a good idea to put the screw back in this socket just to keep things down, and you've got your new SSD installed and upgraded. Okay, so let's put things back together. So we're gonna flip this over. One of the things you're gonna have to deal with, or that I'm gonna have to deal with, is I kind of created a mess out of this sticky tape right here. So I'm gonna try to get that stretched back into place so it's gonna go down nicely. So got that taken care of. Gonna lift this back and it just falls right into place. There's not too many places for it to go other than where it belongs. But at this point, the thing I'm gonna do first is put the side screws in so I can get the tape laid back down. So I'm gonna pull this back a little bit again, and this side is in. And I'm not going to tighten it fully down quite yet, just because I want everything to get lined up on both sides before I do that. And that's going to get nicely. And then so I'm going to put 2 corner screws in just to make sure we're totally lined up. So I'm putting in this top left, and I'm going to put in this bottom right. Very good. Now I can tighten fully these side screws. And you don't want to like torque them down hard. You just want a decent amount of pressure. Okay, so with this, you now can start laying this down, the plastic bits. And it's actually really easy to do if you pulled it up nicely, didn't touch it too much, didn't bend it too much. See, that goes down pretty much perfectly. And same thing on this side. Just run your finger along the edge, trying to make sure you see it. Make sure you see it channeling absolutely correctly as you go around. And then there you go. And you can see if you do it carefully, you can't even tell that there's anything going on, that even got pulled up. Maybe have a little bit of bunching up right here, but this side is perfect. This will go down eventually if you kind of play with it, but it looks really good. Okay, so now let's put the rest of the Torx screws in. And again, if you have any issues with these not going down, just get some clear double-sided 3M tape. And you can, this tape, it's just tape. It's replaceable. You've seen me pull it off of these parts already. The newer your Surface Laptop Studio is, the fresher that tape will be, the easier it will come up and down. Again, this is a second-hand laptop studio that has already been around for a minute, so the tape's a little bit drier than what I've seen in the past, but obviously it's not an issue. It's still not an issue. Okay, so let's start putting our feet back in. So there is this little circle that goes in this circle, and this circle that goes into this oval. It allows to have a little bit of play in the feet. So just make sure you line up the circle on that side, and then you can rotate this. Make sure you push in this circle. You gotta kind of find it. Okay, there it is. So once it's in, that acts as kind of a pivot, so you can kind of gently lay it down so you don't get anything bunched up, and then you can add some pressure. And look, that's good as new. Do the same over here. Get our circle lined up. So I screwed up the tape a little bit here, but I think it's gonna be just fine. Okay, so we got that circle in. We're gonna get this circle in. There we go. And then gentle pressure at first so you don't get anything bunched up, like right here. And then we can add more pressure and get everything to sit down. Check it out, we're done. Okay? Easy peasy. So now, the question is, how do you get your OS back on the machine? Well, I've done several videos on this, so I'll leave a description below to show you how to do that. It might be for a Surface Pro, but the concept still stands. Basically, in short, you download the Surface recovery image directly from Microsoft after entering in your serial number, and it will give you a zip file that has the Windows files that you can install. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you're enjoying your Surface Laptop Studio. You can find them for really good prices secondhand these days, and they're such a great machine. Speakers are awesome, screen is awesome. I love it. So anyways, hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next video.